Hey guys, Sandy here, and today I am playing along with the gals over at the, Stuck Sketches, and this is the September 1st challenge. Now, this sketch was so greatly received that in the Rediscover Your Stash event group on Facebook, this is also a challenge for that group. Now, I am going to use this one photo, and this is of a time we went to San Francisco with some family members. We brought them along and did the tourist thing, so I'm going to do that. And I have pulled a bunch of papers. Now, my background paper is going to be this Joy Parade with the plus signs, and it is called Add a Little Sparkle. Now, I'd actually pulled this out for I believe I pulled this out for the orange, but I'm going to use this. And some of these papers I had already in my stash kit, and some of these papers I went and pulled out from my paper scraps where I keep them. I'm not certain of the red. Everything else is pretty, but I did pull out all of these pieces. And I figured I'd use some of this and some of this dot for both sides. I also pulled out the Joy Parade ephemera pack, which is in my Rediscover Your Stash kit, and then I'll continue pulling from there. All right, let's see what I can do once I get these bracelets off.
So I decided to trim out down that pattern paper and mat it on some black paper. And I had this weird old haunted house paper that came from some slab or stack or something way back in the day. And I'm not really going to use it, and I have 3 more of them because that's how those stacks used to come, with 3 designs, 3-page designs that were the same. And then that haunted house paper was actually crooked. It wasn't even a true square, so I trimmed that off there. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of mist, and I am going to just splat that across. And it does give me a little bit more than I was expecting, but you know what? I'm cool with it. I just decided to throw in a couple bigger splatters across the page, and it is going diagonally across the page. And I'm cool with that. Like, I'm good. I know that I'm going to be using pops of black because the way, that's why I'm at the photo, and I have this black washi tape. And I just use this as my grounding line. Like, I know that my photo is going to be right about there on the page. So I use that little bit right there, and then I start cutting apart layers. And don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch me cut long rectangles out of all this paper. I just cut a few, and then I'm just going to turn off the camera for a little bit and get these all cut. Voila! So I have all these layers and stuff cut. I did scallop some. I even brought out some of this burlap mesh type thing. And I'm just adding some foam to the back of my photo because I want to have it a little bit raised. I want a little bit of definition for that photo. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw that mesh down on top of the black washi tape. And I did ink the edges. However, when I trimmed them all up, I didn't go back and ink the edges that I trimmed on all of these little papers. And I'm okay with it because when the layout is finished and looking at it, I don't really look at it and go, oh wow, I missed inking those 1/4 inch edges on these pages. So I'm happy with it. Okay. And I'm just getting a good amount of different kinds of papers on here and different colors, and I'm just going with whatever looks pleasing to my eye. So if I think it looks good, then that's what I'm going to go with. If I think it needs a little bit of help, then I'm going to be like, nope, not going to go that way. And I'm careful not to make the layers too wonky. I want them a little bit wonky, a little bit fun, but not crazy. And magically the layers are finished. I have popped my photo on top of the layers. I pulled out one of those Fancy Pants words and put always, and then I pulled out a little die cut that says fun, and I just nestled that in there. And I'm cool with that. And the always is in black. I also went through the die cuts while the camera was off and pulled out a few of those. And I knew I wanted to use these fun little pom-pom things, and they're from the Joy Parade ephemera pack. And I am going to ink up the edges on these as well. I just feel like there's so much color and so much going on that sometimes you just need it a little bit of definition. And I am going to use that tag there. And I did cut it down because my photo was already stuck pretty good to the page. I do decide to grab some black and white twine, and that's just to give me one more little punch of black on the page, because this is a pretty bright page with pretty bright colors all the way across, up and down, everywhere there are bright colors to look at. So I like the little fun pops of black. So I go ahead and tie a little bow, and I'm happy with that. At first I was thinking about having the baker's twine, you know, tied traditionally through a tag, but I decided, nope, we're just going to go ahead and put a little glue dot on there and make it a little bow. And I'm like, cool, happy with that. So I'm going to grab these little die cuts and bits and pieces and tuck them around on the layout, because I want some more exciting things than just the horizontal strips of paper. So I have the horizontal strips of paper and these two fun pom-poms and a bow, but I want a little bit more. I want a little bit more texture, a little bit more fun, just some more stuff. And I'm just trying out things and thinking, does it look right here? How about there? Yep, I like it there. And I just get that down. So I'm going to tuck this little tag up here, because I felt like the top layer was very flat and it needed a little bit of excitement. So that banner that I had placed up there along with that tab made me feel like I had done something exciting up at the top, and it wasn't just, boom, a piece of paper. I kind of want you to look at this layout and not be exactly sure which layer is what, and not be able to exactly tell what is the top, what is the bottom. I just want it to be one huge meeting of papers where it just looks good and you don't really know where to start and where to stop looking, kind of. Anyway, it makes sense in my head, and what I want it to happen actually happened on the page, so that's really good news. And I do like this little smiley face guy, and I pulled him out for the color, obviously, because it was that great little pop of black. And it also mimicked some of the circles and other places on the page. Alright, so I decide to do these enamel dots, and these enamel dots from Bella Boulevard are pretty large. This is where I realized I didn't actually put adhesive on there. So the enamel dots from Bella Boulevard are pretty large. They're definitely not the teeny ones, and I figured this is a great opportunity to use some of these larger ones and move them around the page and tuck them in places and just be able to use some of them up, because, you know, I'm doing the Use Your Stash challenge, so I better use some stuff up, right? Okay. Ooh, and that's me hitting my head on the camera, and I decided to tuck that really large one underneath the tag and the mesh, so it's just kind of peeking out at you, and it's not screaming in your face, hey, look at me, I'm a huge enamel dot from Bella Boulevard. So it's just kind of tucked under there nicely. And what am I messing with down there? Some stickers. I was trying to add a little bit of something, and I decided to go with some cameras. And I really wanted this kind of like arrow and banner to make it onto the page. However, it doesn't. I just kept trying to. I wanted it to work in that corner really badly, but it just didn't. So I was like, nope, we're finished with that. But then I was like, I only have one little camera here, and I need to add some more fun things. So I find a couple little stickers like hearts and such things like that, and then I decide to really expand on that camera theme and have them in 3 places, and they tuck in nicely. So they're all in there. And then I grabbed some of those Fancy Pants puffy enamel dots. I threw away the packaging, so I don't know exactly what they're called, but they're gold, and I decide to pop those in each of the lenses for the cameras. And then I just need to add my date. Nope, I don't even add the date, I just write the title of San Francisco. Really need to pull out my photos because I have the dates written down. And then I go back and get some of those gold glitter enamel dots. I figure if I put some gold down on the cameras, I should put some more gold around the page. And I'm just popping them wherever I think it looks good. And then I decide I'm finished, give you a quick peek, and then there's some photographs after. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Sorry this Follow a Sketch Friday was a little bit late, but better late than never, right? Alright, have a great weekend guys. Bye.